Guess what else sleep can do for you? It can make you live longer. Even though you're spending more time sleeping, would you theoretically be living longer if you sleep long? Interesting. Anyways, let's take a look, because new research finds genetic patterns of longevity. Interesting. Benefits of a good night's sleep can't be overstated. New perspectives, improved mood, and a slew of health benefits have all been linked to sleep hygiene. Sleep hygiene? That's a new term I haven't heard yet. Now, a new study has found powerful evidence that the quality of our sleep can affect the length of our lifespans. We don't need science to understand the importance of sleep. We can feel the effects of poor sleep across every aspect of our lives. However, as science progresses, we're better able to understand why and how our sleep is so essential. If you weren't already a sleep enthusiast, a new study from the University of Rochester, provides yet another reason to prioritize sleep. Dr. Vera Gorbanova, all right then, is co-director of the Rochester Aging Research Center, yes, where she and her team tackle one of biology's most compelling issues. Why do we age? Why do we age? It's pretty simple, because your body can't replicate the cells quicker than they deteriorate. Simple as comparative genomics. There we go, is one scientific approach to answering this question. Although the nuts and bolts are complicated, of course it is, the general idea is simple. In short, every animal shares the same basic building blocks of creation through the language of DNA. Yeah, no, that all makes sense, right? At the same time, Earth is a wonderland of variety. Like Australia just found 160 plus new species. Weird, huh? Even after all this time, still finding new things that just populate this Earth. But again, why did we find them if the atmosphere is just going to burn up or whatever? Anyways, creatures big and small, camouflage and parading, silent and sonorous. They possess gills, hollow bones. Just get to the point. Gorbanova explains this variety to help answer questions about aging using sophisticated methods of analysis to compare the genes of animals who exhibit different maximum lifespans. The results of the novel window into how genes influence longevity. Yeah, how many hours a day does a turtle sleep? That's what I want to know. A Rochester study published in June in Cell Metabolism looks at transcriptomes. Interesting. Of 26 mammals from the Rodentia and Eutrophilia orders, with maximum lifespans ranging from 3 to 37. Interesting. If our DNA is a cookbook where only some of the recipes can be used, the transcriptome is a collection of accessible instructions, many of which are earmarked to build into proteins that help animals function properly. Gorbanova's approach centered on gene regulation. Not only did the team ask where the genes were involved in maximal lifespan, but they also asked how they were being regulated. The analysis led to two gene lists, one associated with increased maximum lifespan, and the second associated with decreased maximal lifespan. Cool. The research found the genes fell into two regulatory systems, those in the circadian networks and those in pluripotency networks. That sounds fancy. Genes controlled by the circadian networks were associated with shorter lifespan. The circadian networks govern our internal clock and which aspects of our physiology get turned on and off throughout the day, such as energy metabolism and inflammation. For instance, our body revs up with energy metabolism through the waking hours and slows down when we are sleeping. Yes, of course. Short-lived species tend to have higher expressions of these genes and lower expressions of genes in the pluripotency networks, which handle DNA repair, RNA transport, and microtubular organizations. Anyways, live longer. We have to maintain healthy sleep schedules and avoid exposure to light at night, as it may increase the expression of the negative lifespan genes. Positive MLS genes involved in DNA repair were downregulated in roughly 50% of human tissue surveyed while inflammation, words are hard, associated genes from the MLS genes list were upregulated in 31 of 45 human tissues. What does that all mean? Half the time, most of the people were affected. Nice. To take the results of these theoretical from the theoretical to the interventional. A group looked at the published data sets that incorporated various interventions that impact maximum lifespan associated genes. These were also able to pinpoint compound-based and gene manipulation-based interventions that influence and thus may directly or indirectly regulate these genes. Among the more interesting results, they found the calorie restriction upregulated both gene lists and suggests that the development of treatments that separate the beneficial effects of the deleterious effects of the CR may further improve the CR's effects on lifespan. Circadian rhythm. Yeah. Oh no, calorie restriction. Sorry, my mistake. In addition, the inhibition of Alzheimer's associated beta amyloid was found to upregulate post-MLS genes. Finally, the team used public data to evaluate which process might regulate our maximum lifespan associated gene list. The positive MLS gene list. This list was largely regulated by pluripotency factors, a system that scientists are currently exploring in anti-aging research. Pluripotent stem cells are characterized by continuous self-renewal while maintaining the potential to differentiate into cells into a 3 germ layers. Because negative MLS gene lists are regulated by the circadian rhythm, the research supports how important it is to maintain a healthy circadian rhythm. This isn't the first time circadian rhythms have been impacted in aging. Loss of circadian control is a well-documented component of age progression. Sorry, not compression. This isn't Final Fantasy VIII. Now armed with the genetically based research, we're beginning to understand why this might be the case. Long story short, there's every reason to protect the natural rhythms of your body. Wow, just going along with what your natural programming in your body is, that'll just lead to a healthier life. Who could have possibly seen that coming? Spending time outdoors during the day, prioritizing eye health so that light-dark cues are properly registered, limiting evening screen time, and maintaining a regular sleep schedule can help to keep the circadian rhythm stronger for longer. And that's what we're hoping to accomplish, of course, because I want everybody who's going to watch this in the future, in the present, not in the past, because that would be weird and very difficult to do. Or maybe this video will be around long enough and people will just be living forever where time travel is possible. So you're going back and watching me in real time record this, which that's a weird thought to think, but hopefully we get to the point where we progress that far, because sleeping just isn't a problem anymore, and everybody has it down to a fine science, like these wonderful researchers have as well. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I should follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.